everybody, it's Francine here again this morning here in New Zealand. We've got a big weather front coming over today, so I've got the fire going inside, so I'm out of the workshop and I'm going to share this idea with you. Now some of you have seen this before as I've taken it as workshops in Australia and in the States and also through New Zealand. So I thought, well, I would just share this one with everybody else so that you can have a look. Good morning, everybody. It's lovely to see you today. So I've been out and I've gathered all plant material this morning, and I've pre-made a couple so that I can show you. This one actually takes a little bit of time. Good morning, everyone. This design takes a little bit of time, but it's one of those ones that if you haven't got Metalino sticks, these are Metalino sticks, and a very pliable cane, and it's just lovely to work with. But if you haven't got these, any reeds from your garden will do, that are flexible and pliable. Or if you wanted to do something a little bit different, when you see what I do, you can actually do it by making straight bits of your aluminium wires, which also for Christmas can add another concept altogether. So I thought I'd just show you that you can actually do them with the aluminiums as well. So I'll pop that out of the way because I'm not using that today. So hi Pat, it's lovely to see you. I hope you're going okay out at Omokara today. So anyway, so I thought I'd share this idea. So I said to you to use a glass vase. So I've got my big tall one. This is a bit tall to do this one on at the moment. So you can also, I've mentioned that you can use a candelabra or something like that. Now Fred, dear Fred, he's going to come and show you how to make a rustic version, but it was a little bit busy yesterday and he didn't have time to do it. So he's going to show you how to actually make a rustic version, which also looks very cool. But I'm going to show you how to make a tidy one, you know. So anyway, I've got my candelabra here. Now I've got these here called candle cups, and they're wonderful things. They've got like this little nipple on the end here that goes in where your candle would normally go. But what I've done with mine is I've sprayed them silver, because when I'm using glass, I like to use the silver so that it doesn't stand out too much like a big black container, and it ties in with what I'm doing. So, so I've got my candle cup, sprayed that silver, pop that on here. Now to get it to stay, I'm going to use a little bit of Oasis Fix. Put a little bit of that around the top here, not too much, just a little bit, just a little dab there. Remember not to touch it with your fingers, just use the top to peel it off, and that's going to anchor it into place. So I hope you're good out there. Oh, it's lovely to see you. Lovely to see you in Sussex, is it? Oh, it's great. And I've got some friends in Canada and that have been watching. So hello to you all there, and Joe down south, lots of people. So it's just nice to be able to come and share these ideas with you. So, oh, it's lovely to see you as well. Greetings from South Africa. Lovely to see you in South Africa. So I've got this here, and I've just put a couple of blobs of the Oasis Fix on here. And then I'm just going to get my candle cup and I'm just going to push it in. This is just to really make it nice and secure, make sure it's going to hold. And then I've got here a bit of floral foam. I know we're trying to get away from it, and there is another version that Fred's going to show you, but I'm actually going to show you how to use it with the foam today. So I'm just going to cut my foam to fit. And I like to take the corners off. And I've also said that you could use Oasis Posy holders, and I'll show you why. I've done a pre-done one, because this takes a bit of time. So I bevel the edges off and take the corners off as well, just so that they don't chip off when I'm doing it. Put all that down in the bin here. And then I'll just give my table a little bit of a wipe so it's nice and tidy. Right, and I'm going to pop that into the container like so. And then because my pot tape just rolled off the table, I'm going to pick that up. So, oh, it's great to see you all. And this is just a really neat design. You can do so many things with this. I'm going to show you a couple of options with this design today. And then Fred's going to show you the rustic version. So I'm just putting my pot tape over the top just to anchor that all in. Make sure my mechanics are nice and strong. And then if you're really worried, you can take it right round the lip. And I might do that just because of the weight of what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to take that and go right around all those pieces just under the lip. That's really going to anchor that on well. Always start with having very strong mechanics when you're doing your designing, and it makes it so much easier. So this here is the Wet Oasis, the Knorr, the black foam that I'm using today. So I've got that in here. Might move that out of the way. Now I've got the Metalino sticks, and this is a real fun bit. It's a good one to do. Hello in Mexico. It's lovely to see you there too. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put two in on an angle. together. So I'm going to do 2. Now I hope you can see that. I might have to stand here because where I'm putting them in, it's a bit tricky with the colours I've got in here. I'm sorry about that. So I'm going to do 2 on the opposite, so coming directly opposite. 2 out, whoops, pick another one up. 2 out through here. So I'm doing a cross of them, and I'll pick this up and show you how I've placed them when I've finished. And because this takes time, I thought, well, I'll pre-do one and show you which is in a better colour so you can see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come between the gaps, come in between. And you can do, if you're doing giant versions of these, they look great on bridal tables or for special events. It's just something really quite different that you can work with. And these can be all pre-made as well. So so I've got them like this here. I'll just lift that up so you can see what I've done. That's all I've done. Just got so I've got the placements there. Now this is the fun bit. This is what I really like doing. This is my hairdressing skills coming out of me now. West Sussex, in the UK. I'm glad you're enjoying the demos. That's so good in the workshops. And I've been getting some fabulous pictures of the designs that you've all been doing. So we all need to look out for each other out there, don't we? So what we're going to do here is we're going to get these 2 and we're going to cross them over like this. I'm going to try and do this back to front so you can see what I'm doing. So bear with me if it pings out. So I'm trying to do this the other way. So we're going to take the wire through, we're going to cross it, and then we're going to take it through this way and wrap it. Now what you need to do is you need to do this all the way around the top. Now there is a secret when you're doing this, is to make sure that you do them layer by layer. Some people try to, well, I'll just carry on down this way, and then they get themselves out of the sequence, and it pays to keep the pattern going. So what we're doing is we're making a lattice work down over the container. Don't worry about taking those ends off at the moment. Leave your little ties there because we're going to put things on those. So you cross them over, and you can do as many as you like. I'm just doing the basic placements here at the moment. But if you wanted to do more, you can do more. These are beautiful on big glass containers and urns. And the rustic one that Fred's going to show you, it looks amazing on a big stump. Oh, it's nice to see you in Poland. Lovely to see you over there. I hope you're going well. I'll tie this one here. And so twist that one around. And then I'm going to do one on the other side. Just once you get these, it's actually like having a bad hair day, you know. For some of us, it's been a bit tricky to go to the hairdressers, although I've been, so I'm right now. Right, so I'm just going to go in here and again go between the gaps because that'll help hold it. Bring that one in through there, tie it, bring it to the front, tie it. Now you're thinking, well, that's exciting, Francine. So now we do the next bit. Get your next piece. Then we're going to take this bit and join it to this bit, and they almost help you anyway by crossing over. So I'm just going to tie these ones, cross them. We're going to twist it through there. I'm trying to do this with, so you can see what I'm doing. It's a little bit tricky doing it back to front, but anyway, and twist that. So I'm going to do just a real simple version on this one. I like to do them where there's a lot of ties, but because it takes time, and I want to show you how to do it, I thought, well, I'll do a couple of extra ones. So then you go around and you now work into that level, and you make them quite tight. I'm just doing it quite open. It's up to you how you want to do it, really. If you want to have them quite open or you want to have it quite tight. And what I mean by tight is making these a little bit tighter up in here, so you end up with a little bit more lattice work. I'm going to have this quite open because it just makes it easy when I'm showing you. And then come around this way, tie this one, go in between the gap, tie that off there, and then do another one around here. Now I'm going to bring this one here now, and I'm going to tie it into that one. And then they start wanting to cross themselves anyway, so it makes the pattern a lot easier to follow. But do try and keep it doing row by row, going ring by ring or round and round or whatever, but at the same height per layer until you finish that layer. Then you can move down to the next one. So now you've got that there. And see how they're starting to cross themselves. So now these two are going to cross here. What do you think? A little bit different. But I've made a lot of things with this, and it's a really neat concept, especially if you've got a really big container or a big design. And if you haven't got metalino sticks, any sort of reeds that are flexible work extremely well. If you haven't got that, using the aluminium wire, straighten out all your old aluminium wire and make one out of aluminium wire. So then you just keep tying it. See how they're starting and we're ending up with a really nice lattice work on here. Come around this side. So this is a really good workshop, and it's a fun one to do as a group. And yeah, I'll show you the other concepts with it. Come around, twist that one around. I might even just about finish this one, maybe not. There's another concept that I do, but I might not have time to show you, so go around here. But I hope you're all good. I've been out in the garden, and I hope you've seen some of my pictures. My husband's been making this gorgeous garden for me, espaliating fruit trees. And my favourite flower is the bearded iris. So I've been doing the bearded irises in their varieties and underplanting under the espaliants. So it's going to look quite gorgeous. So when it starts all coming out, I'll share all the pictures with you so you can see what we've been up to. Having a really good tidy in the garden. And this is how you just keep going with this. It's a really, I love doing this design. And it's a good one to do in front of the TV too, you know. Whereas a club as a group, and if you do a series of them, that look really, really cool. Alright, take that one there. I'm just tying it off with the bullion wire. With the one that Fred's going to do, it's going to be sustainable. So we're going to be using the wax tie. So the Kitia, which comes in from Japan, they use for ikebana, and that's a really nice one to tie with as well. But I like this, the bullion for this. And I use the bullion too because it gets a grip, you know, it's a zigzaggy one, so it grips onto it, it doesn't slip. If you use one that's smooth like the myrtle wires or the binding wires, they tend to slip. So for what I'm doing, and I want a bit more decoration, so I might just do one more here. And as you can see now, it just wants to cross itself, so it just helps you follow the pattern. So, now this one I'm flaring out like this, because if I wanted to, I can actually turn this inside out and bring it back in on itself. But so you just keep going until you're happy with it, and when you're happy with it, then you can end up with something like this. Now I've done this one in green so that you can see it a little bit better. I've done this one on the, I'm just going to put a bit of pot tape in under that. I haven't the Oasis Fix on there, and I didn't put the Oasis Fix on that bit. I'll just lift that up, because I'm going to show you another concept I do with this, but I thought I'd do one that's completely finished, and then I'll show you the other concepts using the posy holders. Just to put that out, put that on there. Squish it down onto the fix. So that's just showing it. It looks rather gorgeous. So this one's been done in the lime green, and just by making the weaves slightly tighter, which this one is, I've made it a lot tighter, I've ended up with a lot more pattern on here. So then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some of my this is my lovely what is this one? This is my leather fern. Of course I was going to say leather fern and said no, I'm not going to say leather fern. So I'm going to bring a little bit of this down over the container. Just put it in a placement. So I'm going to work in my threes here, and then I'm going to take the little short pieces and just tuck them in between. Take my eye up like this. So I'm just working in the thirds there like so. And as I come down, you can probably struggling to see the top. The design comes down, so you'll be able to see a little bit more. Oh, hello to Floral. How are you going in Australia? Hope you're going all right over there. We're going good here. We're getting everything sorted, you know. It's just the way it is. You've just got to, what do they say? Suck it up and just get on with it. It can get you down a little bit, so you've got to just be positive. And when you're feeling down, go and do some flowers, or go and find something arty that you can do that you're passionate about. For me, my flowers are my safe place, so I've been doing a lot of flowers. So now what I'm doing is I've gone around, and I'm now taking a little bit of that lime green right into the top of the design, just like that there. So it's sort of gone around there. Now what I'm going to do is, this is a really cool pit. I'm going to get some of my little test tubes. Now I've got some U-glue dashes here. If you haven't got U-glue dashes, you can leave your wire ties on there. And I'm going to, and my finger's a bit wet, so just see if I can dry them on my towel. And I'm going to stretch, find out where I put the dash. It's not on that bit, must be on this other bit. Where did I put that? Oh, I didn't know. Don't know where I put that bit. I'm going to take my U-glue dash off. and I'm going to stretch it. These are very, very small glass test tubes, and they're really, really cool. Now, if you haven't got these, that's fine. You can cold glue your flowers on, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit these on here and let them stick onto my wire structure here, and it just helps hold. If I wanted to double secure it, I could wire it on as well, but double-sided tape, but I do find the U-glue, the strongest ones, will really, really hold these. So again, I've got a little bit of a dash, and I'm going to get my little glass test tube. I'm going to put it on here, and then I'm just going to stretch it round, and then I'll put another one down and through here. Pop that on there, make sure it's on nice and tight. So I'll just do a few of these, and then you can see what I can do. Now, if you haven't got these, you can also cold glue your flowers. So I think I'll do both so you can see them. But I just wanted to use some tubes for a couple of the flowers that I've got here. Let's twist that round. Put that in there. These are gorgeous little tubes. Okay, another one in here, another glue dash. Where did I put that one? A bit hard for me to see this morning. So we've got a big storm coming this afternoon, so I've got the fire going, got the pot of soup on ready for dinner tonight in case we have a power cut. So, because we're rural, we tend to get power cuts. So right, put another one down the bottom here. So I'm just going to squish that on. Pop that in through there. See if I can get that to stay on there. That's it. In there. But the wires, you've got your little wire ties, you can leave those on there too. So then I'll fill these up with a little bit of water. Get them on. But I'll sort that out in a moment. I need to finish my flowers at the top. So once you've got that, then I'm going to put some of these fats headers underneath, because the leather fern is quite busy, but the lime green at the moment is beautiful with the lime green of the Medalino sticks for this one. Now, if you've got bleached, you can use dyes and dye them. But for me, one thing somebody had said to me, oh, Francine, I've used food dye and I've dyed them. But be mindful when you do that, because if you get water on food colouring, it'll run. So be just a little bit careful. You'll end up with a lovely tablecloth all covered in food colouring. Not a good option. So now I'm just putting a couple of smooth forms in here. So I'm using some of the Fats Hedera. You can use variegated ivy, or in New Zealand, our green ivy's actually on the banned list because it just goes so nuts over here. It goes a bit crazy, so we're not really allowed to use it. I'll tuck another one in under there, like that. That beautiful lime green. Then a couple of these little bits I'm going to just pop into these tubes. Just again to take the textural rhythm down, and it gives unity by having a repetition of forms. So I'm just going to put just a teeny little bit in, not a lot, just to take my eye down. Another one down and through there. But here, I just love this stuff, and it's so good growing in the garden. Another one up in through here. Put that one in. Like so. So now I've got that little bit coming down. So I've got that in through there. Right, now what I'm going to do now is I've got some of my Kelia. This is my Kelia here. It's a beautiful little one that's growing in the garden. It's just small, so I was just being mindful about the size of the flowers that we were going to use. So I'm just going to put a couple of these down and through here. Take one of those flowers up into there, like so. Another one, give it a friend. Put the friend up in here. So come on, buddy. Turn that around so that you can see. Oops, I hope you can see that. Might not be able to see it very well. I might lift it up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Might make it just a little bit easier. There you go. It's just so you can sort of see what I'm doing up here. I've got the flowers at the top. So now I'm going to bring another one over to this side here to give unity. A few little buds. I only had a couple I could use, so I couldn't get too carried away on that. And then I've got some hellebores. You know, me and my hellebores in the middle of winter here, using some hellebores. Put a few of these so that they hang down a little bit. Take one up. Take another one up. Up into there. And I'll turn this around so you can see what I'm up to. So you can see that there. Got those in there like that. So I'll just keep working my way around just at the moment, and then I'll show you what we do next. So it's bit of damaged leaf on that one. We'll take that one off. Put that one up and through there. Another one up here. Just popping them in. And the lime green and the white is just such a fresh, very, very fresh. I'll put some more of these up here. Take one up. Give it a little bit of height, not too much height. A little bit of height. And now turn that around again this way. Now where's my other ones? Bit pink in that one. Might put that one, tuck that one in underneath there. Just a little hint of pink on this one. Might just bring a little bit of colour in actually. Went down to the garden and picked these. They've all been treated, so they're going to hold. I'll pop that one in there. So the secret is to get the top done and have it so it's starting to come down your design, down your container, and then we're going to get these little hellebores and we're just going to pop a few of them in these tubes here. And I said to you that you could use succulents. So depending on where you're living, using succulents look amazing as well. And or any of your dried plant material, you can make this out of anything really, just whatever you've got, just have a go. It's a lot of fun. Another one of these up and through here, just tuck them into the little tubes. I think I've got another tube somewhere. Where did I put that other one? Look around, look around. Oh, it fell off. That's what's happened. Okay, that's right. So now what I've got is I've got a little bit of wire here. I'm going to wire this one on. Didn't want to stay on. So if you go around the U-glue dash, it'll actually help it get a grip, because you've got to get a grip. Tie that one on there. Go around, bring it forward. That's better. And then I'm going to put a little water in there. Like that. Another hellebore. Get that one there. Pop that one into there. So you just keep working around your container until you're really happy with the way that it's working, and it brings your eye down. Now another thing I've got here is I've got what they call, these are like pearl wire picks, but you could put beads onto wire. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut these a little bit shorter, and then I'm just going to wind them around the frame. This is going to give me a little bit of bling. So and I do them on where I've crossed the wires, because it just gives it a little bit more pattern, and it's got like a joining point. But make sure you take them right through. If you're going to use anything, make sure you use them right through, just dotting them here and there to give unity again. Not like you've put them there as a little bit of a mistake and think, oh, I shouldn't have put it there, you know, or she's just got one. If you haven't got these, you can leave your wires exposed. I folded my wires down and around, but if you leave them out, you have like a little bit of a stump here of wire, like that. So that's the wire where I've tied it, and I've got just one succulent here. And then you can just, I'll just cut a little bit shorter. You've got a tiny little succulent, and if you're very careful, you can cold glue them on here, or just thread them through the wire, and you can have that look too with having succulents onto your design. And it looks gorgeous with little succulents as well, or cones or nuts. So you could do a Christmassy one, an Easter one, whatever you decide you want to do, Thanksgiving, any special event that you've got that you like to, Diwali as well, because I know a lot of my friends do that. And so that's just showing you that one there. So I'll just do another one here, do another one right down the bottom. Again, so there's lots of ways that you can finish this off. It's entirely up to you how you want to do it. Now I have gone and picked a little bit of white Daphne, and I want this one, I'm going to put this on the table, so I want to have a little bit of perfume coming through. So I'll just put a little bit of my white Daphne in through here. Daphne odorata, put this on here. A little bit in through there. Oh, the smell is just divine in here this morning. Just take off those, don't too many of these leaves sticking out, so I'm just going to put that one in there, little piece in through here, taking it round. So as you can see, it ends up with a really nice result. So you can put vine on there, you can do whatever you want. I've got some other leaves if I wanted to put more leaves in, but I rather like what I've got there at the moment. So you can make that as full as you want, or as simple as you want. You don't have to get too carried away. And I know it's a little bit hard to see, but if I bring it down this way here, you can sort of see the finished result by just putting it on the lattice work. It looks rather gorgeous. Now, I thought I would show you the other ways of using it. So I've got my taller vase here, and I've got one that I use for making a wedding bouquet frame. So what I do is, for the bride, she would put her hand in here for her wedding bouquet. And I've finished that lattice work, but I've tied it at the bottom and made it very ornate by putting a bullion wire down here and taking the beads right down. So I've got that for my wedding bouquet, and my flowers would come down and through there for her. Or if you wanted to, you can use the posy holder, and then on your vase you can just come in through the side here like this, pop your holder in like so, and then you've got another design that you can have working your way out through this side. So you're bringing your design out there, and it's another whole different look onto a container. But I'd love using this for wedding bouquets, for something really quite different, very ornate, and with the simplicity of a few flowers on that, you end up with a lovely structure. So I hope you enjoyed that this morning, something a little bit different. And yes, so if you want to ask any questions, have a go at doing it. Find some reeds from the garden, even using the willow off the tree. Try and use your willow, and that can also give you another look if you've got the weeping willows. Weeping birch, that looks also rather beautiful. So give it a go. But Fred will be back maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. Francine's got to go to the dentist tomorrow, so we'll just see how I go. Otherwise, it'll be Saturday morning. Fred is going to show you how to make the rustic version. So I hope you enjoyed that little class today, that little lesson on showing what you can do by making a lattice work. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and please take care. Look out for each other, and always give it a friend. See you later.